In the Bible, in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19, it says, "Don't you know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, who lives in you and who was given to you by God? You do not belong to yourselves, but to God. He bought you for a price, so use your bodies for God's glory." If you're not a Christian, then that might not mean anything to you, but for me, I know in the book that follows a verse that's talking about sexual immorality, but I took that little snippet of that verse and probably to justify something that I was already doing, and that's, lifting weights and eating right, not abusing my body with, drugs or alcohol or, all kinds of things that you could abuse yourself, and I suspect those things are fun because some people do them. So, I thought I'd start this video out just talking about that, having that motivation that comes from the outside of yourself to do something, and it's the same thing at work. I work hard to hit my goals, not really for myself. I don't need a sports car or a boat or anything like that. I work hard because I always remember that I have a family at home, and it's my primary responsibility as a man to always take care of and protect them. That also helps me, when I think about being strong or fighting or, having weapons in the house and things like that. That's another reason is focusing on, the ultimate chance, possibility that I might have to protect these little people, including my little wife. She's 5'2". So this is like the worst angle. I'm never going to use this angle again. It's just above butt height, and the camera's at just about above butt height on a stiff-legged deadlift. So it looks like crap anyways, because I have to keep my legs kind of stiff. Well, look at that. And I think there's maybe a little bit too much bend. I'm not sure. All I know is I look for to be able to, when I'm doing this, to be able to feel the hamstrings. And I like this angle here because I can actually see that little line where the quad ends and the hamstring begins. And you can see my hamstrings are very underdeveloped compared to other guys that I've followed. I look at their hamstrings and they have like just a big old, hunk of meat back there. They'd be better eating for a dinosaur than me. So it's Sunday today, so I thought it was fitting that I start with a religious verse, but I've used that in conversations. I talked to a guy who I believe he was a rather heavy man. Just I was talking to him online, so I never saw him in real life. But the way he described himself, he was probably someone who's overindulged in food and alcohol and things like that. And I was talking to him. I discerned that he was a religious man, and I think it was a Sunday on that day too. This is a while back, and he talked about he wanted to start working out, but he was kind of nervous about it, and he said he had a what's those stupid things that ladies and guys like to use in the health club, an elliptical. So I've never been fond of the elliptical myself. I've used it. I have to admit that. But I told him, that's not really, it's not really going to get you, where you want to go. It's going to maybe keep you where you're at. Maybe keep your cardio. If you use it a lot, you can keep your cardio. But they call it a full body workout. It certainly isn't. This right here I'm doing is a full body workout. Now he doesn't have to start at 335, and I can't get to where most of the stronger guys are, but this is a full body workout. Get a get a barbell and, you know, 2 45-pound plates and start there. I don't know. But anyways, he thought I was being crazy by telling him that he should start actually weightlifting, like doing a strength training program, and not something that you would get at Anytime Fitness where they tell you that it's all about lifestyle. It's never about lifestyle. It's about achieving a goal. It's you set a goal and then you reach that goal and then you set another goal. And when you say it's all about lifestyle, that's so vague. It's like telling a kid, hey, you can be whatever you want. Hey, little Toby, you're such a great artist. You can be whatever you want. You want to be a lawyer? You want to be an engineer? You want to be a doctor? Yeah, Toby's probably going to end up working at a factory, turning screws for a living. You know, I mean, it's, if you don't set somebody, a kid, at a goal, and if you don't start a weight training program with a strength gaining program, a goal, you're not going to go anywhere. You know, it's driving a car around in a circle, or just wherever you want to get to the destination. I listen to other, you know, I'm not a personal trainer, but I listen to personal trainers talking to their clients. They're trying to get less fat or whatever, get ready for a vacation, and they tell them it's not about the goal, it's not about the strength, it's not about how much weight you can lift. It's all about a lifestyle. You want to change the way you live your life, and that's true. Of course that's true, but Jesus Christ, it's not that you get the lifestyle by having the goals, and then, you know, like if you make a lot of money, then you can change lifestyle. So I'm actually, okay, let me take a pause from that story and I'll get back to it. But I'm really happy with this. I was doing 315 last time. I was hitting, my goal rep was 25 reps for the entire session. I had 5 sets to get that done in, and I hit somewhere around 33 reps. So this week I increased it by 20 pounds, which is a pretty big increase from week to week. But I've done this weight before, but I did want to hit my rep goal. So on this day I was actually shooting for 25, and again, I'm always going to shoot for 25 every third day. This is the day 3 here, and I got 25 done. But that means that next week I won't be doing 25 again. I'll be doing, or I'm sorry, I won't be doing 335 again. I'll be doing, or I will be doing, God, learn to speak. I will not be increasing the weight, is what I was trying to get to. I will be doing 335 again. So anyways, so I happen to know this verse, this Corinthians verse that I read at the very beginning of the video, and I tell it to this guy, this religious fat man, and you know, what does he want to do? He wants to poke a hole in my in my Bible verse. And that really wasn't talking about lifting weights or treating your body like a temple or treating your body like something, you know, like maintaining your body. It wasn't. That's not really what it was talking about. He was talking about you know, not masturbating or not looking at other ladies, and you know, not. And I'm, dude. Take what you can get out of it. If you have a problem with those things, fine, take that out of it. But I view that the Bible, the whole entire Bible, is not meant to be mass consumed. I go to church, you know, when they actually have church. Coronavirus has wrecked that. But the Bible is like letters from God. Okay, so there's stories in there, keep you entertained and stuff. But it's more than that. It's letters from God to me. And I can take out of it what I want to. So I don't have a problem with the fornication or whatever. I mean, I'm married, so I don't have those problems, but I can still get something out of that verse. It doesn't mean that because I don't have those problems, I just take that, okay, well, that part of the Bible doesn't apply to me. I won't worry about it. No, I actually take that. That's like my favorite verse in the entire Bible right there. Don't you know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who lives in you and who was given to you by God? You do not belong to yourselves, but to God. He bought you for a price, so use your bodies for God's glory. So, becoming a fat man, I'm sorry if you're watching this and you've become a fat man, but staying a fat man, these are things that God doesn't want you to do. God doesn't want you to be, we've got, you know, what, 80 years, you know, 100 years if you're lucky, 50 years if you're not. We got this lifespan. It's and you can do with it what you want, but it's not a, you know, like you live on you start out well, from adulthood, you start out looking one way, okay, and you know that you're going to look a different way. You're going to be old. You're going to be, you know, your hair is going to be different color than what it is when you're 20, probably. Your body is probably going to have other issues. You might be sick when you're like 80. You know, you could get sick, and you might not respond to things quite the same. You might be able to get around as well as you used to. So you know that that's going to happen, and you know that you can see, because you shouldn't think that you're immune from aging. You know, if you look at old people and see, you know, the good ones versus the bad ones. My last video I was talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. I did increase the weight on this one, because last week I was able to beat my rep goal on that one too. I don't remember what I did. And then next week I'll be increasing my weight on this one too, and still be hitting for the same rep goal. But for this guy who he's got all the excuses in the world. He's gonna go to church. Okay, fine, go to church. But I think you need to go to the health club, and I think you need to go to the salad bar. You know, that's not nice. But you know what? I'm not nice to myself. I'm not nice to myself. I don't just sit around and say, oh, I feel tired today. You know, I just got done, right before this video, I just got done running 2 miles, and I didn't want to. It's Sunday. I've got a thing at 11 o'clock with my wife, who's running for school board. If you live in the area, which you don't, well, I do, and I'm probably the only one who's going to watch this video. I'll vote for her. You should vote for her too if you get the chance. But I didn't have time. I didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. I went and ran a couple miles. Later on today, I'm going to lift weights again. I'm an off day because my birthday kind of threw me off, and just one thing or other. So I gotta do an off day. So maybe being property of God, you know, and being owned by someone else, you know, that paid for me, that's not the motivation today. Maybe today it's just so I can, you know, be consistent for these videos, and so that I can at the end of it look back and see that I was able to accomplish it. It's not about lifestyle, and I have no excuses. Lifestyle, I suppose, is a factor, but for me, it's hitting those rep goals. You know, it's goals, and that fat man and the people in the health club that are dealing with the skinny teenage personal trainer. You know, they need goals, finite goals that they can hit, reasonable goals that they can hit, and then they need to hit them. Well, this is the last set in my workout, and just if you happen to not be me and watching this video, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my little shorts. So, final quote.